So I already got started by priming my eyelids. I just used my concealer all over. I buffed it in with a dense little brush, and then I set it in with just a setting powder and a little brush so it doesn't budge. We're gonna do sort of like a winged out cut crease outline using a dark purple. Any of these colors that I use, you can totally substitute for your favorite. The thing that's important is just kind of like the placement. Other than that, you can just substitute it for whatever kind of colors you already have. So I'm gonna get started using kind of a smaller blending brush to pack on color, and I'm gonna go in with a dark purple shade. It's from the McGrath Bronze Seduction palette, which I've been trying to use a lot lately just so I, try like a lot of the different colors and get my money's worth. So for me, I have hooded eyes. When I look straight, my eyelids kind of go in. So I want to make sure that I place it somewhere that's visible when my eyes are open and I'm looking straight ahead. You just are going to start you're going to put your brush into the center, which is the portion that you want to be the darkest, and then from there kind of blend outwards. And we want the outside to also have a lot of color, but we're kind of lessening the amount of pigment towards the inner part of the eye. Now I'm going to try to pack it on more precisely with an angled brush. Any angled brush will do, and I'm just going to kind of stamp the color into where I want it. So again, we're dipping into the eyeshadow. It's this dark purple. And then after you dip into it, go ahead and tap your brush so you don't get too much. And then we're gonna plant that in the center. Okay, so now we have that cut crease wing shape pretty outlined. You could even stop right here. It looks really nice if you just filled in like that kind of blank area with a cream bone colored eyeshadow. Then it will be kind of like more graphic. But in my case, I am going to fill it in with different glitters. So I'm going to be using a darker kind of blue-purple shimmer shade from the Desi Katy Friendcation palette in this outer part, like from the center towards the wing, and then more towards the inside I'm going to be using another shimmer shade that has a little bit of violet and kind of like green and yellow as well. I'm going to try to pack some on with my finger, and then I'm also going to go in with a flat brush, wet it with some setting spray, and try to pack it on that way. Okay, so I don't know if the camera is picking it up, but it reflects really like blue and purple. So it's kind of nice because right now it's against the purple, kind of reflecting more blue, so it does stand out. The next shade that I'm going to use is really cool. It's from the McGrath Bronze Seduction palette, but this color is so cool. Like, again, against this, it's reflecting like more of a green now, like a seafoam, but it's really violet. Like when I wear it on my eyelids, just this all over my eyelids, I've been wearing a lot and really liking it because it has so many different glitters in it. So it looks really like yellow, green, and purple. It looks like way more effort went into it, but it's really just one eyeshadow applied with like my finger. You know what I really want to do? It's like a red, orange, yellow kind of gradient, but that's what I've done in pretty much like all my videos. When I was looking at my thumbnails the other day, I was like, wow, I pretty much do the same thing every time, but those are just the colors I'm most attracted to. But I did want to kind of, do something a little different. Sorry, I'm like so hunched. Let me sit up straight. Kind of going over that purple and bringing a little bit of that glitter middle shade over the crease just to kind of blend everything together nicely. This is giving me all the feels. I really like this. And these clips are not part of the look, okay? These are like, I have so much hair and it's so hard to keep out of my face. Wow, it looks so good. I've been loving to use the Hourglass Veil Primer. This is just like a little sample packet, but I have 2 little trial sizes. I've gotten them just free from Sephora. It's a really expensive primer, but for some reason it's like always something that they're giving free. It's very powdery, like you can really feel that it's a powder. It's more for oily skin, I have dry skin, but this doesn't accentuate dryness at all. It actually works really well for me. And I like how much it smoothed my complexion. I'm gonna let that sit for 1 second. So for my complexion, I've been loving still to use the Too Faced Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer as my concealer and my foundation. This is the shade Light Beige, and this one I'm going to use as my concealer. It's the lighter one, so I just use that under here. And we're going heavy. I'm going to do a little bit of the lighter shade right here in the forehead as well. So this is the center of the face, and it's going to have kind of like the most brightness. Usually people will do that on their chin and their nose as well, but I feel like those parts of my face really show product, so I like to keep it light. With the shade Natural Beige, I'm going to go into the rest of my face. But here's a concealer thing that I've been doing recently, and it makes a huge difference. When I put it on, I just kind of wait like a minute before blending it out, and that time allows it to kind of like dry down. And when you go in with your beauty blender, it'll take off less. So it gives you like way better coverage and looks way more flawless if you let it sit a little bit. Okay, so now I'm going to go into my usual Chanel bronzer. It's a cream bronzer. When you're bronzing and contouring, you kind of want to go at your cheekbone or above your cheekbone for bronzer, because it's going to look unnatural if you go in the contour place, because the contour is supposed to be the place kind of under your bone. A shadow is what you're mimicking, but if it's bronzer, it would be where the sun is hitting you, so it would only make sense for it to be like the tops of your cheekbones, your temples, your nose, like this kind of higher part of your face. So I like to put it like on the cheekbones, a little bit under the neck. That's a really fucking amazing product, but they only make it in like one shade, so it's like, yeah, it works for people who are like light medium. I'm pretty like light hyphen medium to medium, and it's like, you know, barely works for me. Like it shows up just enough, which is like sad, because going in with a little bit of the Benefit Hoola bronzer just along my nose right here into my eyebrow, just to add like a dimension back to my nose. So for blush, I'm going to use this Pacifica Coconut Blush. I've talked about this before. I got it in an Ipsy bag that my friend Vero sent me, and I like this brown color. I'm already hitting pan on it, but I like it because it's like barely pink. It's more so brown, so it ties in well with my bronzer. Gonna put some on my nose to tie like the center in, and then we're gonna go in with powder. I'm using this Hourglass powder. I don't love it, honestly. I don't know if it's just the season or what. I'm only doing it in the areas where I really want to set, like my under eyes, so that I crease less down there and my mascara doesn't melt. Not a lot, baby girl, just a little bit. I'm gonna set that. I'm gonna use this setting spray from e.l.f. Next, I'm gonna comb my brows using the Milk Kush Fiber Brow. Next, we're gonna do the lower lash line. So this is an eyeliner that is like a blue-green, like a forest green kind of color. So I think it goes well with the middle one, and it's gonna get covered up anyway. I'm gonna put it just on my lower lash line. I'm gonna go in with that matte purple, and then I'm gonna stamp it over where I put the eyeliner to just kind of like set that. So this could be a very New Year's look with a color scheme like this, but with a different color scheme, this could just be, you know, every day, Christmas, birthday, special occasion. I'm using this NYX lip liner. The color is Nude Beige. It's like a taupe, a very cool tone brown. And then I went in with the Glossier Generation G lipstick in Leo, which is a sheer warm brown color. And then I added a little bit of the Fenty Gloss Balm in the original color Fenty Glow in the center. Curled my lashes, primed them with my Lancome primer, and then I went in with this Hourglass Caution Mascara. Today's barely my second day using it, and it's a major key alert, okay? It didn't come off of my lower lashes. It's pretty major, like all mascaras wear off there for me. It feels like one of those hard kind of like crunchy mascaras, but it's not painful and it really holds my curl, which for me is kind of like the most important thing. It's not waterproof, it's water resistant, so I'm not sure what that distinction is, but I really loved it. It's a little hard to take off, but I'm so happy I found this. I love it. I hope you liked this video and I'll see you next time.